Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom, Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, Salam Kebajikan, good morning, and a very warm welcome to everyone. It is a great honor to be here today and to acknowledge the presence of our distinguished guests, Dr. Sri Ulya Suskarwati SAMSE, Dean of the Faculty of Communication, Mr. Yosep Wahyu Kurniawan Emikom, Secretary of the Faculty of Communication, Dr. Jo Haryanto Setiawan MSI, Head of the Communication Studies Program, Ms. Revi Marlina MA, Secretary of the Communication Studies Program, Dr. Juliano Frita, Director of Programs and Development at the Habibie Center, Mr. Mahmudi Yusbi, Head of Strategic Planning and Business Development at the ASEAN Foundation, Ms. Stephanie Gabrielle, Co-Head Research and Advocacy of Indonesian Youth Diplomacy, Mr. Ardiansyah Azhary Suhandoko, representative of the Taipei Economic and Trade Office in Jakarta. And of course, a warm welcome to all of our esteemed participants and attendees. We are truly privileged to be gathered here with such an accomplished and diverse group, united by a shared commitment to fostering collaboration, connectivity, and dialogue within the ASEAN region and beyond. Welcome to the ASEAN Goes to Campus event, theme held in ASEAN and beyond, enhancing people-to-people connectivity. This event is organized by the Habibie Center in collaboration with LSPR Communication and Business Institute. Today, we will explore the important role you play in strengthening people-to-people connectivity within ASEAN and beyond. We hope that this event offers valuable insight and inspiration for all participants. To officially open today's event, we invite Dr. Sri Ulya Suskarwati SAMSE, Dean of the Faculty of Communication LSPR, to deliver her opening remarks. To Dr. Sri Ulya Suskarwati, the floor is yours.
All right, good morning. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Actually, my voice is very, very beautiful. But I don't know, from last week, my voice is gone. But it's okay. And I would like to say thank you very much for coming, all of you. Dear all, Dr. Julia, my bestie, my colleague, my brother, Mr. Fajar, thank you very much. And all the team, Habibie Center, very much thank you. I'm so happy to have you here. And I prefer singing than speaking and reading the speech. So I will sing for you. No. Okay, I have a beautiful speech prepared by Mr. Rafi, so I will read it to you, for you. And I'm delighted to welcome you all to this important seminar on youth in ASEAN and beyond, enhancing people-to-people connectivity. This is a very beautiful topic, of course. And it is a great privilege to have such esteemed guests from the Habibie Center join us today. And I have beautiful speech prepared by Mr. Rafi. Thank you very much. And we all know ASEAN is a dynamic region with a rapidly growing youth population. And our young people are the future leaders of our region and the world. And they have the potential to drive positive change and contribute significantly to the development of ASEAN. This seminar is particularly timely as it focuses on the role of youth in ASEAN and beyond. And the ASEAN Foundation has been doing commendable work in promoting youth engagement through various programs in 6 thematic areas. By exploring these programs, we can gain valuable insights into how we can better support our young people to realize their full potentials. Moreover, it's crucial to highlight the importance of raising the Indonesian youth voice and role at the international level. Our young people have unique perspectives and experiences that can contribute to global discussion and decision making. By empowering them to participate in international forums and initiatives, we can strengthen Indonesian position on the global stage. And finally, I would like to emphasize the significance of scholarship opportunities for Southeast Asian nationals to study abroad. These opportunities can broaden horizon, foster cultural exchange, of course, and equip our young people with the skills and knowledge needed to address the challenges and opportunities of the 21st century. I'm confident that this seminar will be a fruitful exchange of ideas and experiences. And I encourage all participants to engage. I encourage all to thoughtful this seminar, very concentration. You can discussion and contribute to the development of a more connected and prosperous Asia. Before I conclude, I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to the Habibie Center. Of course, give applause to the Habibie Center. Thank you very much. And of course, I would like to say thank you very much for HIMA Faculty of Communications. And of course, the team of undergraduate program for communication studies program and my lovely smart student from International Relations Communication Concentration. Okay, thank you very much. Join the seminar. And of course, don't be forget to LSPR hymn. We always try to be better. Okay, thank you very much. Enjoy the seminar.
Thank you, Dr. Sri Ulya, for your insightful words. Next, we welcome Dr. Julia Novrita, Director of Programs and Development at the Habibie Center, to deliver her keynote address. To Dr. Julia Novrita, the floor is yours.
It's a good crowd here. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Good morning, everybody. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So, yeah, first and foremost, I would like to thank the LSPR with their generous support. I mean, without their generous support, this event will not possible. And especially to Ibu Dr. Sri Ulya, thank you very much. And of course with the team, Pak Yosef here and Dr. Jo Haryanto Setiawan, Ms. Revi Marlina, and Mr. Fajar Iqbal Mirza, who will be the moderator today. And I would also like to recognize and welcome also our esteemed speakers later. Yeah, we have here Mr. Mahmudi Yusbi. It's a surprise that actually we are from Aceh. We just learned like this discussion, so happy, like such a special occasion for me as well. And Miss Stephanie Gabrielle, yeah, thank you very much. And Mr. Ardiansyah Azhary, thank you very much. And actually, you know, like Ibu Doctor mentioned that this is timely, and actually this is also timely in terms of because I just participated in ASEAN think tank summit on actually like today's 10th and 11th, but I can only attend on 11th. So I would like kind of share a little bit like kind of what I learned, kind of impression from the summit just briefly. It's interesting, I mean, like bringing all these think tanks and actually kind of give, you know, I start questioning this people-to-people connectivity when actually this narrative starts, which I see actually it's a good progress for ASEAN because before, you know, we see like a very much like government really play the role so much for ASEAN, and today we see like lots of encouragement, lots of efforts kind of to bring people together. So here, I mean, in the summit, yes, of course, like really underscore the critical role of ASEAN in promoting political stability and economic growth in the region, of course, and we agree with that. But also highlighted the pressing concerns regarding the perceived value of ASEAN, both for its member states and external partners. So this is like important, I mean, to raise the values to what extent that ASEAN really matter. You know, like, so how they perceive every one of us, like here in the region, even beyond just Indonesia, really perceive these values. And these values must surpass other competing interests, ensuring that not only government, but also the broader ASEAN community must remain committed to the principles and agreements established by the member states. And this commitment is very vital for ASEAN to truly matter, to remain relevant, and to uphold its centrality as a driving force in engaging with external partners. So there's a lot of like discussion on ASEAN centrality, but to make ASEAN as the driving force, yeah, in engaging other partners, we must have a strong values. We see added values to ASEAN, and also like kind of how do we make ASEAN really matters to the members, not just to the external parties. So how do we as members also take advantage of, you know, being part of ASEAN? It's not just other external parties. You know, it's for external, it's easier to engage like with a group, right? Instead of with approaching one individual. So in a way, we ourselves within ASEAN, how can we really get the most like kind of values of being members of ASEAN? So as we move forward with today's discussions, yeah, so we focus on enhance this people-to-people connectivity. We hope to foster our deeper understanding and also collaboration, especially among our youth. And I strongly believe that this ASEAN will not move forward until we engage youth, and indeed youth that make it works. So together, let's strengthen the bonds that unite us and ensure that ASEAN continues to thrive in an increasingly interconnected world. Thank you again to all and to my team, the Habibie Center here. And I look forward to an engaging and fruitful discussion. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum.
Thank you, Dr. Julia, for your inspiring speech. Now, we would like to invite our moderators for today's discussion, Mr. Fajar Iqbal Mirza, lecturer at LSPR Communication and Business Institute, to take the stage and lead the discussion and Q&A sessions. To Mr. Fajar Iqbal Mirza, the floor is yours.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Fajar Iqbal Mirza. It's an honor for me to be appointed as a moderator to lead the discussion for today's event. But first of all, I would like to greet all of the honored guests and also the esteemed speakers. First, our lovely Dean of Communication Faculty, Ibu Dr. Sri Ulia Suskarwati, and also Director of Program and Development in Habibie Center, Ibu Dr. Julia Nofrita and team from Habibie Center, and Dean Secretary of Communication Faculty, Sir Yosep Kurniawan, Head of Communication Study Program, Dr. Jo Haryanto Setiawan, and Secretary of Communication Study Program, Ms. Revi Marliana, and also the esteemed speakers. We have Pak Mahmudi Yusbi, and we have Kak Stefani Gabrielle, and Pak Ardiansyah Azhary Suhandoko. Thank you very much for you all coming here. And also, I would like to welcome all distinguished participants that have already attending this seminar in this room and also through YouTube channel. And we believe, and I believe, that we will going to have a very fruitful discussion because we have three speakers who are really expert and have very great experience to talk about this kind of topic. What is our topic today? Our topic is Youth in ASEAN and Beyond, Enhancing People-to-People Connectivity. As we know, today we live in globalization era. That advance of technology and modernization of transportation drive our life. There is no border in this world that we can connect it each other around the world. So, because of that kind of situation and condition, it means that we have a lot of chance to be connected, especially in ASEAN and beyond. And we may have lunch today or breakfast in Jakarta and then go to Bangkok to have lunch and maybe end up dinner in Taiwan, right? Because of the modern transportation that we have today. And also, if all of you have friends from overseas country, we can communicate directly without any border, without any restriction because of what advance of technology. So this is a very what situation that we have to engage, we have to adapt, and to enhance the connectivity of people in ASEAN and beyond. And before I invite all of the speakers, I will explain to you all about the flow of the discussion. So first, we will have presentation session. Every speakers will be given 15 minutes to deliver their materials. And then the second, we will have a question and answer session. And there will be 3 questions that given to the participant to raise their questions. And then the third is the closing statement. Okay, without further ado, let me invite the first speaker. Sorry. Let me invite the first speaker. Sorry, there is a trouble. Okay, technology. I I haven't adapted with the technology, I think. Okay. First, we invite our first speakers. His name is Bapak Mahmudi Yusbi. He has been experienced working in several international organizations, and currently he works as head of strategic planning and business development in ASEAN programs. He will deliver to us about on how exploring youth programs conducted by the ASEAN Foundations. And without further ado, let's welcome Pak Mahmudi Yusbi. Time is yours, Pak.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Morning. You look sleepy. I would like to greet you once again. So, good morning, everyone. Morning. Okay, so some energy there. Yeah, so it's good to be here this morning. And I mean, I was also surprised to see the same, fellows coming from Aceh as well. I mean, this morning. And I come from Aceh. My name is Mahmudi Yusbi. You can call me Moody. I work with the ASEAN Foundations in the last 8 years already. So, and I know my role is as the head of strategic planning and business development. So mostly I do partnerships, I design programs, and then the team implement programs, and then I look for the resource for the foundations, for the ASEAN Foundations to implement program in the region. So the ASEAN Foundations and we are international organizations, and we are established by the ASEAN leaders in 1997. And so the foundations has a big mandate. So if I can summarize the mandate, so our mandate is, the first mandate is actually to promote ASEAN awareness. The second mandate is basically to strengthen the ASEAN identity. And then the third mandate is basically to help build the ASEAN community. So we work hand in hand with the ASEAN Secretariat, for instance, the ASEAN, not only the ASEAN Secretariat, but with other ASEAN entities, even with the Habibie centers, with the ASEAN youth organizations, with a lot of other ASEAN entities around the regions. Because ASEAN, we have, comprised of the 10 ASEAN member states, right? And the ASEAN foundations, we are implementing initiative in the 10 ASEAN countries. So we are not only implementing initiative in Indonesia, but we go from all the way from Brunei to Vietnam. So basically, a lot of our programs are equipping youth with upskilling, reskilling. So we provide youth with an opportunities to meet with new friends and also to learn new skills and give them the experience, not only experience to visit the new countries, but also to learn the new cultures. And also beyond ASEAN. So recently we just organized a program with China. So we brought ASEAN people to China to experience the culture of in China, but at the same time to strengthen people to people connectivity. That's the most, I would say, important elements in ASEAN. So probably if you can go next. Yeah. So how we basically translate our mandates at the ASEAN foundations. Promoting ASEAN awareness, strengthen ASEAN identities, help ASEAN build community. It's a big mandate, right? So technically with those visions, the ASEAN foundations could do anything. We could do health, we could do any other work that other organizations couldn't do. The ASEAN foundations could do it. But we don't want to do a lot of things because we are also not we don't have that much resources at the ASEAN foundations. And we are also, although we are international organizations, we are just a 20 staff at the foundation, but we work with local organizations around the regions. We also work with our network. University is one of them as well. So we have a focus, like for instance, on art and cultures. We work with artists. For instance, we organize a program around art residencies programs, and we help artists to showcase their product in around Southeast Asia, but beyond Southeast Asia as well. So we work with Korea, for instance, and to showcase the art product of Southeast Asia to Busan, for instance, because Busan has the ASEAN Culture House. And at the community building, most of our programs basically help the youth to contribute to the ASEAN community building processes, for instance. So I'm going to go a bit of details later on each of the initiative that the foundation has been doing in the regions. So community building mostly help the youth with equipping the skill set around going to the community and then make your impact at the local community. But at the same time, you learn the skill set, you know, like a project management, social impact. So that's how we basically do. But at the same time, you learn the substance as well. Yeah. Then environments. The environment mostly at the ASEAN foundations, we also mobilize the youth to do a project to fighting climate change, for instance, to do environment programs, to do program around entrepreneurships as well, that allows them to basically contribute to the environments. And we have business community engagement, where our work basically involve a lot to support social enterprises, for instance, supporting social medium enterprises, even the MSMEs, and help the youth with the entrepreneurship skills. And we have educations program as well, where a lot of this program basically help the youth with not only the skill set of the leadership skills, but at the same time help them to learn soft skills. So we've got a program like at the Model ASEAN meeting. So we've got program around training the youth around peace and securities. We've got a program around basically giving youth and our opportunities to build network at the local university as well. And we have a media. So those media program basically allows the youth to communicate about their impact in the region. So they could do it through video, for instance, through journalism. So we have the sort of initiative at the ASEAN Foundations. If we can go next. So those are the programs that we are currently implementing. So every year at the ASEAN Foundations, we have around 10 to, I would say 8 to 10 program, but last year we implemented even 14 programs, the busiest year of the foundations. So, and I think we have a program with we call the ASEAN Data Science Explorers, empowering it across ASEAN, that we work with the corporate sectors. We have a program that we work with dialogue partners. We have a program that we work with traditional donors as well. So I'm gonna walk you through of the foundations programs in the next slides. So we go to next slide. So how do we work so that ASEAN Foundation are able to contribute to help the ASEAN community building? So the foundations, the way we are governed by the government. So the ASEAN foundations are international organizations, and our board of trustees are the governments. They are the ambassadors to ASEAN. If you know ASEAN, how ASEAN structures, right? The CPR, country permanent representative, they are basically the board of trustees of the ASEAN foundations. So we are governed by them. And we receive annual contributions from the member state, but that's not really enough for the foundations to make the contributions to basically help the ASEAN community building. And that's why we have to access the resource out there, not only at the traditional donors, for instance, or dialogue partners, but also at the private sectors. So the foundation has the flexibility to work with corporate sectors. That's a plus of the foundations. Because if you know that we are located at the ASEAN Secretariat. So any of you have been to the ASEAN headquarters? Some of you have been there, right? So we have 2 buildings at the ASEAN headquarters. Sometimes they call ASEAN Secretariat, sometimes they call ASEAN headquarters. No, there's a mix, there's a mixed debate on this as well. And so there's a heritage building and the new building. So ASEAN Foundations, we are located at the heritage building. And the ASEAN Secretariat, they are in the new building. So Secretariat, they serve the member states. So any work that member state wants them to serve them, they do that. So, but and then they don't have the flexibilities to work with corporate sectors. They couldn't sign anything, they couldn't receive resource as well, because member state basically put a lot of resource to them. The 10 member states basically, annual contributions were huge. But for the foundations, we stay as the foundation, so you need to generate resource, and that's what I do, basically at the foundations. So we basically create project, create initiative with and then basically we discuss with our potential partners. Like this year, I think we've been having a program with ASEAN Korean Cooperation Funds, for instance, and then Australian governments. As we speak, we are currently implementing Model ASEAN Meeting plus Australia, which today is the 3rd day of the programs happening in Jakarta. And we need to be ambitious in terms of how fast the foundations could help the ASEAN community building processes. So we need to approach corporate sectors. Like Google, for instance, they got a lot of resources. They are global organization, global companies, right? And Maybank, for instance, the bank in Southeast Asia, and then other companies like Microsoft, even TikTok. You guys have a TikTok account, right? And we have a program on TikTok as well. And currently we are implementing a program and growing TikTok talents at the ASEAN Foundation. It helps you with using this social media to help you with your education skill set and other things as well. And also SAP, the software companies, and Huawei as well, the digital companies. And we go next. So one program that I would like to highlight with you, the Empowering Youth Across ASEAN program. So this program supported by Maybank Foundations. So we have been implementing this program in the last 4 years. A lot of interest from the youth. I know I have 5 minutes left. I will just do a elevated speech, with you all. So we can talk. We have like Q&A right after this. So Empowering Youth Across ASEAN it's a very interesting program. So basically, it allows the youth to go to the community to implement projects. So basically, we're gonna pair you with the youth from other countries, and then the 10 of you, usually we recruit around 100 youth every year, and then we pair you with other youths in the regions, and then we deploy you to the community projects. and you have the opportunity to manage around 20 to 27,000 US dollars per project. That's a huge amount of money for the youth to implement within the 2 weeks of the project implementations. We deploy you to the Cambodia, to Malaysia, to Indonesia, to the Philippines, Thailand. We even have a project, community project in Singapore this year. And next year we are even like, we go beyond those 6 countries. We go to Vietnam or Laos, PDR as well. And you know, we have just done deploying youth to those 6 countries, and those youth basically just finish off their projects, and we are about to launch the cohort 5. So if you are interested, please watch out to the foundation's social media. Next. So if you're entrepreneurs and you have social enterprises, we've got a program that fit in with your interests. So I know that a lot of young people, they basically have ideas and creativity to establish their social enterprises, right? So this is a program that fit in with your interests. We help you with mentorships, capacity developments, and also we give you seed grant. We help you with the business matchmaking as well. So we've got a ventures capitals, we've got investors in our list to help you to grow your social enterprises. And is a very impactful program if you're entrepreneurs. We go next. Then if you're looking at to sharpen your data analytics, so we also have a program that fit in with your interests as well. So data analytics it's a trend, right? And I think with the artificial intelligence is growing up, I think this is something that you would like to explore as well. Digital transformations, emerging technologies. So this is a program that allows you to help with your skill set and allows you when you graduate, for instance, you could work at McKinsey, for instance. I know that one of you work in Deloitte, right? And you could work in Deloitte as well. So using this as a skill set. So we go next. And this is the program that I've just mentioned as well. So the Model ASEAN meeting. So, in ASEAN, every year we have like 3,600 meetings. Can you imagine how the leaders basically roam around and manage basically to handle this meeting? 3,600. And that's why we run this program so that the youth would understand how the leaders make decision, how the leaders basically discuss the issues around ASEAN that basically affect the youth. So we ask the youth to play the role as a ministers, as a senior officials, and the leaders as well. Probably Model United Nations, right? So Model United Nations is actually, we are inspired by Model United Nations, and that's why ASEAN had its own models, and ASEAN is different. So our grouping organization is a bit different from the United Nations. Yeah, and we go next. Seeds for the Futures is another program. It's very interesting for the young people to learn more about digital skills, tech for goods and 5Gs, clouds, digital transformations. Every year we bring the youth to the Huawei headquarters in China, in Shenzhen. And this year we are going to Nanning. In fact, in the next 2 weeks, we are bringing the youth to Nanning to attend the ASEAN Digital Transformation Summits in Nanning, and with the other youth from the APAC regions to learn about clouds, digital transformations, and also the 5G as well. So those technology are provided by Huawei. Next. AI Teach for ASEAN. So this is mainly the program for TVET teachers in ASEAN. So artificial intelligence is currently on the trend. So it's inevitable, right? So you cannot basically run away from this AI. I know that youth like to use ChatGPT. Some of you probably use Gemini as well to help your homework, right? And sometimes you're surprised, probably for the lecturers, you're surprised to see like how those users are so perfect in terms of basically creating one essay. So they are using this technology. I think we should use it in the better way so that it helps the youth with with using this effectively, the AI. Yeah, just one more slide. Digital literacy program. I'll talk about this program later on if you're interested in learning more about combating misinformation and disinformation. This is a program that we do with Google. We go next. Yeah, so just a little bit about the ASEAN Foundation's communication. So if you're interested in our program, do follow our social media. So we've got quite a interested platform that where we basically post call for applications, even job advertisements. We've got internship program as well. So we can have a talk if you are interested to do an internship at the ASEAN Foundations. So we have so many interns. I'm currently having interns from Australia, from even from Korea as well. So I think it's a great opportunity. The ASEAN Foundations also, we have a influencers program. So if you're basically the social influencers, we have a TikTok talents as well. We have a podcast room. So probably in the future with Habibie Centers, if you're interested, we could use the ASEAN Foundation's podcast and we could talk the ASEAN topics, right? So yeah, I think I will just stop here. Some information on maybe we go next, just very quickly, ASEAN scholarship opportunities. Some of you might be interested to learn more about scholarship in ASEANs, right? So we have a couple of informations. The ASEAN Foundations work with the ASEAN University Network. So we've got a lot of programs that we basically support them and they support us as well. We go next. And then the ASEAN Maybank Scholarship Program. This is a program that allows youth that got the scholarships, once you graduate, basically you become Maybankers. So you got like a contract with the Maybank. Every year we recruit around 9 to 10 scholars. So ASEAN Foundations with Maybank, we work on this program as well. And it's a Chulabon Graduate Institute program. So mostly for the youth that has an interest on biodiversity, scientists. There's a scholarship every year available in Thailand. So we've been supporting this Chulabon Graduates Institute for, I think I would say like 10 years now. So yeah, so this could be an opportunity for you. Yeah, I'll stop there. And if you have any questions, comments, I'll be happy to discuss with you. Answer of all of your questions. Thank you. I'll back to moderator.
Thank you very much for very insightful presentation on ASEAN Foundation, Pak Mahmudi Yusbi. I believe that a lot of participants after this try to get to reach you because there are a lot of programs that can be collaborated with youth. And thank you very much, Pak Mahmudi. Moving forward to the next speakers, we have the second speakers. She is her name is Ka Stefana Gabrielle, and she is wait. I have to open my notes first. I'm so sorry. And she is co-head of Indonesian Youth Diplomacy in Research and Advocacy Department. She has experience as ASEAN Youth Delegates in 2023. Currently, she works as a corporate development strategist at Deloitte. Today, she will talk with us about the significance of raising the Indonesian youth's voice and role at the international level. Without further ado, we invite our second speakers, Kak Stephanie. The floor is yours.
Okay. Thank you so much for the introduction and thank you so much for the invitation. I would like to start the presentation, of course, with the greetings to Dr. Julia Nopita, the Director of Program and Development, the Habibie Center. Thank you so much for the opportunity. And thank you so much for also fellow speakers, Pak Mahmudi Yusbi. The presentation was amazing. I was immersed in a presentation that I forgot I have to present next. Thank you so much. And of course, looking forward to the next presentation delivered by Mas Ardiansyah. Looking forward to hearing from you. So thank you so much for the opportunity for LSPR and the Habibie Center for inviting me here. My name is Stephanie, and today I stand here on the stage as the representative of Indonesian Youth Diplomacy. So, Indonesian Youth Diplomacy, just like the name sounds, is another Indonesian youth organization. But what makes Indonesian Youth Diplomacy different when we have thousands of Indonesian youth organizations out there? So, what makes us different next is in what we do. So, we believe the importance of making sure that youth's voices is being heard clearly and loudly in all of places, especially in international forums. So Indonesian youth diplomacy has been the main platform to recruit, to select, and to send delegates to international forums as you can see on the screen, the ASEAN Youth Forum Indonesia 2023, MIKTA, VELAC, BRICS, Y7, COP, ECOSOC's Y20 Brazil, and the World Water Forum happening earlier this year in Bali. So next, Indonesian youth diplomacy is a collective bottom-up youth movement to empower our next generation, providing a structured approach to enhance Indonesian youth's impact and representation on the global stage. Next. And to date, we have been sending more than 190 delegates to international forums, more than 15 international forums happening worldwide. Our delegates come from 20 plus provinces, and we have been also the host for international forum. So aside from only sending delegates, when Indonesia is the host country for the international forums, for example, last year Indonesia was the host for ASEAN and for MIKTA, Indonesian Youth Diplomacy is the host for the KTT happening here in Indonesia. And 2 years ago, Indonesia was the host for G20, and Indonesian Youth Diplomacy is the host for the Y20 Youth Forum happening here in Indonesia. And through all of those Indonesian youth diplomacy events, we have successfully engaged with more than 60,000 plus youth all around Indonesia and all around the world even. And we have also been conducting more than 350 events and roadshows in almost every province of Indonesia. Next. But here's the tricky part about sending delegate, because in every international forums, there's a limited quorum, so we cannot. Although we wanted to send as many youth as possible as we wanted to send thousands of youth in Indonesia, right? But there's always a limited quorum because that's the essence of being a delegate, right? So we can only send 1 until 5 delegate per international forum. But of course, we exist to ensure that youth's voices throughout Indonesia can be heard in international forums. So 2 years ago until today, we have created 14 local chapters and 1 head office, so can capture as many insights from all the grassroots levels of youth all around Indonesia that can be delivered through the delegates in international forums. Until today, we have our local chapters siting in West Sumatra, North Sumatra, South Sumatra, Banten, West Java, East Java, Jakarta, of course, Bali, East Kalimantan, South Kalimantan, South Sulawesi, West Nusa Tenggara, North Sulawesi, Maluku, and Tanah Papua. And we are still looking forward to expand to more regions so we can capture more voices of the youths. Next. And this year's IYD's focus is a little bit different. So this year is a political year for Indonesia. As you can see, election only happen once every 5 years, right? So everybody's head in Indonesia is currently turning towards the government. Everybody's attention is focusing towards domestic issue. So I think that this is also a perfect momentum for Indonesian youth diplomacy to start looking inward instead of focusing towards only international issues. So this year, Indonesian youth diplomacy decided to highlight the things that's happening here in Indonesia. And talking about Indonesia is more than just talking about what Indonesia is today, what Indonesia is facing today, but it's also talking about what Indonesia will be in the future. And the government has created a jargon, a vision that maybe the youths, Indonesian youths here has ever heard. It's called the Indonesia Mas or Golden Indonesia 2045. It's the ideal state that we Indonesians dreamed about achieving in a decade after our independence. So we wanted Indonesia to become the um, developed country full of prosperity, and that's why we created a jargon Golden Indonesia or Indonesia Mas 2045. And the government has been taking initiative to create the long-term development plan through Bapenas for 2025 until 2045, and that is a very amazing document. We can start from there, seeing the plannings that the government has been forecasting to. But here is the key issue about whatever government's planning is floating around there. The youth's voices is not highlighted yet. Meanwhile, uh, as much as I wanted to stay as a youth for another 20 years, it's not going to happen because 20 years from now, 2045 will be the year where us youths here sitting here in the room will be the future leaders of Indonesia. So we are actually the key people who determine the achievement of Golden Indonesia 2045. So of course, it is essential for the government to involve youth voices from today. So the development will be integrative from 2025 until 2045. And seeing that gap, Indonesian youth diplomacy choose to take the action, the initiative to create a research paper called Visi dan Peta Jalan Menuju Indonesia Emas 2045 Milik Pemuda, Igniting Indonesia's Golden Odyssey 2045, a Nusantara Youth Manifesto. So this paper, in short, is about youth's aspiration, about what they think is the ideal Indonesia Emas 2045, about what they think is golden Indonesia 2045, and what they viewed as the perfect milestones, the perfect roadmap to head towards that state. So in this paper, we covered 9 different topics, as mentioned on the slide: health, social protection, diversity, national economic, rule of law, international diplomacy, water, energy, food security, environmental conservation, digitalization, technology, and innovation under 3 different development corridor, as mentioned on the slide once again. And this report is driven by 12 different writers, youth writers, each an expert in their own fields. And but not only these 12 writers is driving the aspiration of the paper, because we have been constantly hear the aspiration from more than hundreds of youths from all parts of Indonesia, from our local chapters and also from other partner organizations through our focus group discussions. So this report is not only about what IOID thinks is the golden Indonesia 2045, but it's about what Indonesia youth generally think the vision and the roadmap to its Golden Indonesia 2045 is. And I'm not going to talk longer about this because we can discuss later on the Q&A, but please do go to our website, ioid.or.id, access the full report. And if you guys are interested to discuss further about that, about how we can collaborate further, or any insight you wanted us to hear, feel free to approach me anytime after this presentation. Next, that's talking about this year. So now let's take a step back and talk about what IYD did last year. And just as the topic itself says, it's all about ASEAN, right? And if you guys are local to Jakarta, or at least you stayed in Jakarta last year, you must be you must have seen all of the ASEAN pamphlets, posters, tattoos all over Jakarta, because I think Indonesia really takes the pride in being the host of ASEAN last year. And of course, through that, Indonesia's chairmanship, Indonesia has established so many great things. One of them is the ASEAN Youth Summit. So ASEAN Youth Summit is an agenda where we collect more than 80 delegates from 20 plus countries to first sit on online discussion talking about their concern on their respective countries, as well as what kind of policy recommendation can actually reform the state of their own respective countries. And the policy recommendation sits at the level of ASEAN, of course, because this is the ASEAN Youth Summit. And after a vigorous discussion through the online meetings, we, next slide, please. We flew all of the delegates here to Jakarta to have discussions in person and to disseminate this paper publicly for the first time to the House of Representatives here in Indonesia and also to the public. And as the Indonesian delegate to ASEAN Youth Summit, I can only testify that the youth's voices is really, really significant because I see like how many there are so many youths coming from different part of the world, all concerned about the well-being of their country and ASEAN as a whole, and also like they have clearly brilliant aspirations on how we can reform that state. And because of the solid policy recommendation paper that have been crafted, the government actually caught attention to the policy recommendation paper we had. So after the forum, we have been engaging with different ministers here in Indonesia and of course worldwide by the delegates coming from the different countries to create extension programs. For example, we created a campaign with Menteri KLHK on how we can minimize food waste. And there's so many different programs out there as well after the ASEAN Youth Summit. And aside from all of these numbers and the stellar achievements that you can see on the screen, the most significant part is that the fact that Indonesia is the one taking initiative for this forum. So Indonesia is the very first country worldwide to ever host an ASEAN Youth Summit as a sub-forum to the main ASEAN forum. So that is a very great achievement. I'm so proud being an Indonesian youth and witness another milestone that Indonesia has created, not to impact inwardly towards Indonesia only, but outwardly in the international level. So yeah, this has been a living testimony for me that Indonesian youth voices matters in international world. Next. And yeah, that's about what IYD did last year through the ASEAN Youth Summit. And also, I've talked about what IYD is doing this year about the Indonesia Mas 2045 report. And we won't stop there because we will consistently bring impact from youth to youth, from youth to Indonesia, and we will continue to build stronger partnership through youth engagement. So engage with us anytime after this forum. Please do talk to me next, because I believe that Indonesian youth diplomacy also believes that investing in youth means investing in the future. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much for Kak Stephanie for presenting a very inspiration and also insightful presentation. And we do believe that youth need to channeling their aspiration, and one of the organization that has already played significant role in this uh, country and also ASEAN and even beyond is Indonesia Youth Diplomacy. And thank you very much, Kak Stephanie, for the presentation. And we move to the next agenda. We have the third speakers, and his name is Ardiansyah Azhary Suhandoko, or we can call it Kak Azhary. He is a representative of Taipei Economic and Trade Office, Jakarta. He will talk about exploring scholarship opportunity for ASEAN people to study in Taiwan. Without further ado, please welcome Kak Azhary. Time is yours.
Hello, everyone. The Honorable Dr. Sri Ulia Sukarwati, the Honorable Dr. Julia Norfrita, the Honorable Mr. Mahmudi Yusbi, the Honorable um, Miss Stephanie Gabrielle, the Honorable Mr. Fajar, the Honorable Mr. Grace, and Miss Stephanie from Teto, uh, the Honorable guests from Habibie Center and LSPR who are listening offline and online. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera untuk kita semua, Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, Shalom, Salam Kebajikan. So it is an honor to be here, standing in front of you, sharing my experiences, an opportunity, of course, studying in Taiwan as a Teto representatives, standing, telling my stories after incredible speakers who's telling us and encouraging us about Asian opportunities in Indonesia. So here are my slides. So before further ado, I would like to introduce myself a little bit before we go to Taiwan part. So I was born and raised in Jakarta, and I graduated from Diponegoro University Semarang. I love biology so much, and Taiwan is one of my goal to do overseas studies. And next, so I got an opportunity to study in Taiwan because my sister happened to study in Taiwan as well. So I got inspired by her, and I got an opportunity to visit Taiwan, and I saw the incredible of agriculture expertise in Taiwan. So yeah, I applied and I got enrolled in Chongqing University. You can see there, Taichung, National Chongqing University. Taichung is actually like Semarang or Central Java. Like they are in the center of Taiwan. And yeah, it was pretty much fun. And I graduated in time because I had a great opportunity to use secondary data, so it's easier for me to write my thesis. And I also got an opportunity to get a hand of MOE scholarship in Tonghua University in Hualien, although I decided to drop it. And then I had another opportunity because I had another opportunity to work in Taiwan as an international business assistant in a boba consulting company. So basically, it's like if you want to open boba in any country in the world, we can help you from ground up, from scratch, from zero to hero. Yeah, that's pretty much of it. And then in 2022, I go back to Indonesia. But you can see here on the map, during my era, I mean my study era, it was in 2019 to 2021. So you might consider that it was a COVID-19 era. It was like you might consider that Taiwan studying Taiwan like pretty hard, but actually it was not because Taiwan has successfully to contain the spread of the virus, and how I will tell you later. So yeah, that was me, and we're going to Taiwan at a glance. Maybe some of you here already know Taiwan or have been there, or maybe some of you mistakenly hear Taiwan as Thailand, like, oh, I went to Taiwan or Sawadee Khap. No, it's not, yeah? It's actually Ni Hao. So it's different. Okay, next. So Taiwan is actually located in the upper part of Southeast Asia. Um, it's bordered by the Pacific Ocean to the east and Ryukyu Island to the north, the Philippines to the south, and China to the west. Next. And the population of Taiwan itself is actually like a city or two cities in Indonesia, 23 million. And the capital is in the north area, Taipei City. And they use traditional Chinese or Mandarin. It's different with the mainland China who use simplified one. And the official name is Republic of China, with the area of 36 kilometer and different 1 hour faster than us. And they use national Taiwan dollar as their currency, although we call it still yuan. And they have the government semi-presidential republic, which leads to the next slide. This is William Lai Ching-te. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that I have a gift that I will give you some quiz, and if you can answer my question, I will give you a souvenir from Taiwan or from Teto. So he is the new elected president, William Lai or Lai Ching-te, and he was inaugurated this May. And he was also from the PP party, the same party that ruled Taiwan in the past 2 terms. And he was also the previous vice president of Tsai Ing-wen's, the first female president of Taiwan. And he actually have a slightly different perspective that how he would rule Taiwan for the future 4 years. So actually you can see on the policy and the speech that he gave in his inauguration that Taiwan is already a sovereign country and there is no need to declare to independence again. But actually, he sticks have a peace with China while maintaining Taiwan's independence. So yeah, that's pretty much about his vision and mission. Next, for the economic overview of Taiwan, Taiwan, you can see those are the money you will see if you visit Taiwan or study or you know, have a experience to go there. And Taiwan is actually the 17th biggest exporter in 2022, whereas Indonesia located around 20 to 30 at the time. And because of the new southbound policy, Taiwan has been successfully to increase multilateral relationship with Asian country and also Pacific countries. And here you can see that most of the Taiwan uh, GDP are produced by the service and industry. You can see like the per capita for Taiwan in 2022, it was 32,000 around per year. So, which leads to the next slide that shows that here, Indonesia, I compare with the 8 countries. Indonesia is located on below, so around 11 to 12 to 13 K per year, where Taiwan is like 32 to 33 K per year. You can see like the gap, and also US is around 60,000 USK per year. And next, to make your head wrap around about like the economy condition, so I put the Big Mac index. So $1 you can get 2 per 5 or 40% of Big Mac, and while in Indonesia you can only get 5 per 14 or 35%. This is actually quite surprising that Big Mac in Indonesia is more expensive than Taiwan, while in US you can get $1, 1 per 5 or 20% of Big Mac. So yeah, that's the economy of review, and the next is the natural. Next, please. The natural features. So Taiwan has the highest peak in East Asia, which is Mount Jade, and you can see the whole year here. They have 4 seasons. The coldest one in winter, January to December, and in the middle is July. Like you see the number there, it could be lower. I've experienced like one time it's below 10 degrees Celsius. So it can be so cold. And for the summer, it could be so hot, like reaching 39. Why is it hot? Because Taiwan is surrounded by water, by sea. So it's very humid. Imagining you are like drowning with the humidity while hot, and then you are, sweating. So it's that hot because Indonesia is like much drier than Taiwan. Next. And for the sci-tech overview, you might know that Taiwan is prominent for its chip or technology industry, as I said before, and those are the hekacorn. Like in Indonesia, we do have unicorn like Gojek or Tokopedia, but Taiwan has bigger. It's a hekacorn. Asus, you might have the phone or laptop from Asus, and Foxconn. Foxconn is like like phones for all of the equipments. They made it into one. Like your Apple is actually made it into one with Foxconn in Taiwan or in other countries. Like it's owned by Taiwan and TSMC. Every technology in the world should have chips, and 90% of chip production is produced by Taiwan. So yeah, those are, you can see as well that Taiwan has full of the chip fab or factory, and most of them are in Hsinchu. It's in like in the north. It's like Hsinchu is like the Silicon Valley of Taiwan. And yeah, those are the six strategies. Taiwan is quite popular with the health industry and green and cybersecurity as well. Next, please. And for the education overview, Taiwan is quite literate, with the 99% are literate above 15 years old. And for the, although you can see the budget education is lower than Indonesia, but I would say that education in Taiwan is very good because like we can see one example is the payment or the salary for the teacher is very high compared to teacher in Indonesia. So they're very much appreciated. Teacher is like very much appreciated there, and professors as well. And higher education institution, although it's low, like Indonesia have like 3,000 universities across the nation. Of course, we have wider area, but Taiwan only has 148. But Taiwan has several top quality that has located them in the top 100 based on the Q as well. These are the three top Taiwan universities in 2024. And those are the numbers are how many Taiwan students went to the higher degree education. Next. And yeah, this is the health overview I want to mention because they also have some kind of BPJS, but it is more efficient and more comfortable, and they have very wide range of big data, so it makes it easy for us. For example, if you have IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, you need to go to gastroenterologist. You need to have a referral from the general specialist. But there, you can go directly to the specialist with the card without any referral. And they will have like your medical record, confidential, of course, everywhere. So next, please. This is the COVID overview, how they can contain the spread while I'm studying there, because they have the tracing. Wherever you go, you need to scan QR code. So whenever you overlap with the people, they will have notified you, so they can contain it very good. And also they have the very strict quarantine. Next. So now, what comes to your mind when I say Taiwan again? Next. Is it Taiwan Old Entertainment? Have you ever known Meteor Garden? No? Yes? Should we play a little bit, like a couple seconds? The songs? Just to have a glimpse of what is this sounds like. Or if we cannot, then it's okay. Oh,
So
no.
what is ClickUp? ClickUp is
Did
an
you have-
all-in-one
I'm so
productivity
sorry that-
software where you can manage everything and anything related to your work.
Just 3 seconds to give. Okay, sure. Got any idea? Still no? Maybe because you're Generation Z, we are millennials, so sorry. Okay, so next. So is it next? Is it Taiwan New Entertainment? These are my favorites as well. Or next, is it Taiwan Cuisines? Next. Yes, xiaolongbao, Taiwan pork rice. Is it Taiwan drinks? Boba? Boba is originated from Taiwan, for those who don't know. Taro bowls, and we have like nastar, Taiwan style, and or Taiwan night market. Next, sure, next. Or Taiwan scenery. Next. Or is it Taiwan icons? Wherever comes to your mind, you keep that in mind, because I will tell you how to get a chance to study in Taiwan. Next. So this is the overview of study in Taiwan. Like we have Indonesia is the third. Students comprise compared to other countries. The first one is China, and the second is Malaysia, and the fourth is Vietnam, and the fifth is Japan. So Asian is quite big there. In ASEAN is quite big there in Taiwan. Next. So this is the first scholarship that I would like to tell is the Taiwan MOE scholarship. It's from the Ministry of Education. And this is for the degree. they have for master and doctoral degree, they will give you like 20,000 NT dollar per month, around 10 million. And for the Hawaii Enrichment Scholarship, it's basically you go there, you live there, and learn language there. It could range from 3 months, 6 months to 1 year. But you must graduate high school first. And next, yeah, you can take a picture if you want to check more. These are the QR code. Actually, it's already closed for this year, but next year they will have open again at the same time around February, March. And yeah, you can keep on eye on this program if you are interested. Next. And this one is Taiwan ICDF. It's also one of the prestigious scholarship in Taiwan. I would say it's more competitive because we only like take dozens every year. This one, the allowance, the monthly stipend, also 20,000, around 10 million, but they will cover everything, the dormitory, the plane tickets, the insurance, and everything. You just need to go there and then study and graduate and enjoy Taiwan. So yeah, but you need to send the documents and everything to be successfully submitted as a worthy. Next. And this is actually the Taiwan International Graduate Program. It's a project-based. It's affiliated with the Academia Sinica. It's one of the private research institute in Taiwan, like a BRIN, but like the private one. And yeah, this is like, for example, if you have graduate and then you want to like have a project, you can contact with the supervisor of one department, and then if they agree with to have this project, they will give you this scholarship. And next, and this one is fellowship. It's similar. Okay, so the time is up. So the next is my university. So actually, every university in Taiwan, they have their own scholarship. You can check your own. You can check every website for the university. They will have different kind of offers. Even sometimes it's bigger, sometimes it's lower, but generally it would stay around those range. Next. Okay, so this is my experiences. Maybe we can just like go with the flow like faster. So yeah, this is like how would you have as a students in Taiwan? Like we'll have a lot of field trips. I go this with my friends. This is like a village, ecoculture village. We go to the Sun Moon Lake, and then we have event like international events. So we need to show our culture to the all of the international students, and we have sometimes have a cooking competition every year. Next. And lab trip, those are my lab mates, those are my 老师, my professors, and we always go around the areas that we need to go to collect data or just to go hang out. Next. And this one also field trip from my degree or my program, another field trip. Next. Festival trip. Oh yeah, because Taiwan have so many festivals. Like coming and the upcoming one will be Mooncake Festival. So every festival will have like this trip. It's very fun because every festival they have uniqueness in it. Next, OIA. OIA is Office of International Affairs, and we will have this kind of activity. This one is Halloween party, and this one is Taiwan hosting family. So you can live in the Taiwan family with them. You can matchmaking with the family. There is a event for that. Next, Christmas party. Of course, we will not having that. So next is lab event every week. Of course, next. This is PPI. Does everyone know PPI? No, right? So this is like the branch of PPI in my university. So all of Indonesian students, gather to talk, to do anything fun. Next. And this is the last. This is like, because the COVID-19 era, we should have the graduation like outdoors. So this one is like the graduation party during my time, but it was fun, although it was not really glamorous. And next. Yeah, that's pretty much from me. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Kak Azhary, for the presentation. There are a lot of information that we can get from Kak Azhary presentation about Taiwan, and I believe a lot of students here, a lot of participants that join this event really want to continue their study in overseas country, and one of them, maybe Taiwan can become a one of good destination, great destination for us to continue our study there. Okay, before we are heading into the next session, because there is some what demand offers, yeah, from Kak Azhary. He already prepared to all of the audience here. There are three gifts that has already prepared by Kak Azhary. So he will ask three questions for the participants here. And for those who can answer the question can get the gift. Okay, Kak Azhary, I give the moment to you.
Okay, the first question, you just raise your hand if you know the answer. What's the name of the new president of Taiwan? Just one word is okay. Anyone? Yeah. Yeah, benar. Okay, I will give to you after this, okay? So the next question is, where is the Silicon Valley of Taiwan? Which city did I mention? Is it too hard? All right. All right. Change the question then. Give me one example that I show, one of the food or the drinks that I show in the slides. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Another one is, this is like open-ended question. So if you have a chance to study in Taiwan, what culture or study or expertise you want to experience in Taiwan? Please raise your hand. It's an open-ended question, so you can make up.
Entrepreneurship.
Yeah, and what is like culture that you want to experience in Taiwan, or like the reason that maybe might interest you to go there?
I think one of the factors that is interesting in entrepreneurship in Taiwan is the agriculture, because I think in Indonesia our technology in here we still kind of lack. And then I think that I saw some of the news that Thailand's technology against agriculture is pretty good.
Yeah.
So I think I wanted to go there and then study and then bring back to Indonesia to implement the techniques and the technologies.
All right, sweet. Thank you very much for the participation.
Okay, we are proceeding into the next session. Yeah. Um, the next sessions is questions and answers session. Before that, I would like to invite three speakers to come forward, joining with me in here. And there will be three, okay, Pak Mahmudi, Yusbi, Kak Stefani, and also Kak Azhary. Please come forward. Yeah. Okay, in this session, there will be three questions that given it to participants. And for those who would like to raise a question, please mention your name and your major, and also to whom you raise the question, you address your question. Okay? Okay. I will count into three. 1, 2, 3. Please raise your hand. Who wants to ask a question? Come on. Okay. One, the participants who want to ask a question. One. From my right side, is there any question from the participant? Come on. We have already prepared for you a gift. Yeah, for those who want to raise a question, will be given a gift as well. Come on, come on. Only one, only one question. Okay, starting from uh, the girl who wear a black sweater. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. Also, thank you for the insightful presentation. My name is Jasmine Hana from International Relation Communication, batch 26, excellent class. And I would like to ask to Miss Stephanie. So my question is, in bridging gap between governance and grassroots perspectives, how can young people effectively influence policy making process within the ASEAN member states? And also, how can ASEAN member states provide inclusive channel for youth to voice out their voices regarding the issues that are critical to the younger generation? Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, that is the first question. Is there any question from the floor? Is there any other questions? Okay, from Miss Stephen. Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you all the speakers for your insightful briefings. And then my question was to Pak Muhammad Yusbi. And I want to know that because just now I know a lot of projects cooperated with ASEAN Foundation, like you cooperate with other countries from like Australia, Korea, or China. And I'm just wondering, is there a possibility for Taiwan to cooperate with your foundation together, though we are not like one of the dialogue partners with ASEAN. So is there a possibility for Taiwan to cooperate, no matter the government or the private company, to cooperate together? Is it possible? Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Stephanie. Okay, one more left, one questions left. Is there any question? Okay, since there are only two questions, and the first question is addressed to Kak Stephanie, and the second question is addressed to Pak Mahmudi, and maybe Kak Azhary also can complete or give some opinion from that question as well. Okay, I'll give a chance to Kak Stephanie first to answer the first question.
Okay, so first of all, thank you so much for the question. And this is actually not my first time getting this question, so it's always been around like how youths can be significant in the global uh forums, right? Because as we all know, sometimes people blindsidedly see the power of youth voices. Sometimes they see youth as someone who is inexperienced, someone who is not who doesn't see the world as a whole because they're way too young. And as a fellow youth, I've been receiving that voices for so many years. But there is the fact that the public fails to see that as youth, we might not have the full experience compared to the adults out there, but we still have the idealism of the younger generation who is not extremely exposed to the real world in a sense. So it keeps our idealism, and the world, Indonesia especially, needs idealistic people to create a better place. Because if everybody is being realistic towards the condition that they see, we wouldn't be able to elevate our condition to a state that is ideal. That's why a combination between realistic people and idealistic peoples is important. So taking that fact itself, I think we can push forward, saying that as youth, we might be illogical in a sense, we might not know as much as you do, but that unknowingness of us is actually a plus point because that's what preserves our idealism. And bringing that forward, just go to any other platform, any platform out there, and speak our voices. You can do it through the social media. You can sound your voices, your insights there. And if you wanted to level up the game, do join any platforms like for example, the ASEAN Youth Summit, they open delegation recruitments, right? And it's open for public, though the slots is limited, but it is open for public. And the public events, they typically uh, receive audience up to 2,000, so your chances are pretty high to get into those events, right? And of course, just like the other speaker here, Yusbi also mentioned earlier, the ASEAN Foundation also has so many youth programs, and I think it's also a great channel for us youths to participate and to put our voices in. So I think that there's, of course, the number of platform is not that much. That's a sad part, but we can always find ways. Just be as youthful as we are. Keep on, don't be silent. Just speak wherever you are in all of the places in social media or join the platforms. And if you wanted to participate in more concrete actions, do contact me after this and we can talk about how you can also contribute to Indonesian youth diplomacy, because we would definitely like to open your ways into talking more in international forums. So I hope it answers your question, and thank you.
Thank you very much, Kak Stephanie, for a very comprehensive answer. And we do believe that youth today is going to become leader for tomorrow. So don't be afraid to speak up. Yeah, there are a lot of opportunity for us as a youth to uh, speak, to give our aspiration, maybe through media, social media, and other platform as well. And we are going to what uh, listen to the second answer from Pak Mahmudi Yusbi. For Pak Mahmudi Yusbi, time is yours.
So first of all, I would like to contribute to the questions. The first questions just now. I think it's quite relevant to the foundations as well. I mean, in ASEAN, there are a lot of platform for the youth to speak out. Basically, we are basically restricted by this ASEAN policy in terms of publicity and basically going out to report, working with Taiwan. Yeah. So yeah, so there's quite unfortunate situations if we would like to work, together in terms of the partnerships.
Okay, thank you very much for Pak Mahmudi Yusbi. That has already answered the question regarding the Taiwan question. And yeah, that is a very complex situation for us as ASEAN countries towards the one China policy, of course, especially. And but I think for the people-to-people connectivity, we can ensure and we can enhance the connectivity between ASEAN and beyond. I think like that. And then we still have one additional perspective from our speaker, Kak Azhary. You may add some other points. So time is yours, Kak Azhary.
Okay, thank you. Even though I'm not really professional in this expertise, but I would like to address Jasmine's question from my perspective. I think I totally agree with the inputs that Mr. Yusbi and Ms. Stephanie gave, that we need to voice our concerns to the platform that you might know, you might reach. But I think for like some of the people or some of the young people that doesn't have the opportunity to be able to do that, like let's say they are like in rural areas, but they have the voice, but they only have internet. So I think that's the power that they can use. Like whatever the cause that you believe in, that you can like comment or go to the social media that the platform that you believe, and then repost, boost the causes that you want to up. Like for example, like the recent like activity that is quite viral, the peringatan darurat, the blue screen one. So I think that's one of the example that how youth can boost the issue up to the from social media to the real world. So yeah, I think that's my perspective. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Kak Azhary. Please give applause for all of the speakers. Okay, before we head into the next session, which is a closing statement, we will ask maybe 2 sentences for each speakers to give perspective about this issue, youth and ASEAN and beyond, enhancing people-to-people connectivity. Maybe starting from Kak Azhary, you can give 2 sentences for your closing statement.
Yeah, so as I'm reaching, I would say ending my youth. So I would say that I have like a bit of bitter taste experience. So for those who are like listening here or considering to continue your study, just try and prepare your portfolio with lots of activities, but don't afraid to try. Like I tried so many scholarship as well. I failed many times, but I got some of them. So just try first. You never know that if you don't know the process, because in the process you will meet a lot of people. Like I tried LPDP, even though I didn't get it, but I met great people along the way. So just try and prepare the documents, put the deadlines on your calendar, buy the calendar of scholarship if you want, and learn the subjects that you want to learn and reach the professors that you want to reach. And how many times you try, I think there is a time that you will be successful. So yeah, thank you.
Okay, give applause. Okay, Kak Stephanie, you may give your closing statement.
Okay, so I'm going to be short. As you see the deck that I presented before, my last slide is about investing in youth equal to invest in the future. So youths, let's invest in ourselves and let's raise our voices. Let's enhance the youth to youth connectivity. After this forum, feel free to connect with me and let's talk about how we can create greater impact for Indonesia, ASEAN, or for the world. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Give applause.
Okay, so Azhary mentioned that he's ending his youth, right? But I'm not young anymore, so but I'm not old as well. So I'm kind of like in the middle. Yeah. So, but then the journey to finish off the your youthness, right? It's getting older. You need to have a purpose in your life, right? You need to have a goals. So many young people, they don't have a goals. Like you wake up in the morning, what do you have any things that's basically contribute to your goals in the future that you do today? Like for instance, you go to schools to educate yourself. So what is the purpose of that? Are you looking for work or are you looking for something? Are you basically building something towards your futures? So from this point of times, I think to have a goals in your life, it's a very important, even within a short term, because it motivates you. So every day you know what to do basically to achieve your goal. Because people without a goal, basically, they could go anywhere. They don't have a purpose in life, because it's just forced by their parents to go to schools, and afterwards, go back to home, and the cycle of life is going back on the same cycles. So if you have a purpose, then you motivate yourself to achieve what Azhary has achieved, or Stephanie has achieved, what I achieve as well in my life. I think that's the message I would like to pass on to the young people.
Thank you very much, Pak Mahmudi Yusbi, for the very wonderful message. And we reached the end of this event. And thank you very much for today. Thank you for all of the speakers. Thank you for all of the audience. And maybe I will give closing statements. Let's together as a youth enhance connectivity of ASEAN people and beyond. See you in another occasion. I will give the floor back to the MC.
Thank you to all participants for the engaging questions, and thank you to our speakers for the insightful response. As we approach the conclusion of today's insightful, inspiring event, it is our honor to express our deepest gratitude to both our esteemed speakers and the Habibie Center for their invaluable contribution. We kindly invite Dr. Jo Haryanto Setiawan, MSE, as head of the Communication Studies Program to present plaques of appreciation to our speakers and moderator. To Mr. Mahmudi Yusbi, please come forward to retrieve the plaque. Thank you, Mr. Mahmudi Yusbi, for your dedication and valuable contribution to today's event. And for the documentation, let's take the picture. Thank you, Mr. Mahmudi Yusbi. And next, to Ms. Stephanie Gabrielle, Co-Head of Research and Advocacy of Indonesian Youth Diplomacy. We deeply appreciate your insightful participation. Kindly come forward to retrieve this plaque as a token of our gratitude. Again. Thank you, Ms. Stephanie Gabrielle. And next, to Mr. Ardiansyah Azhary Suhandoko, kindly accept the plaque. Your presence and involvement have significantly enriched today's discussion. Thank you for your continuous support. And next, to Mr. Fajar Iqbal Mirza, please come to the stage. Thank you for moderating today's session with such professionalism and clarity. Please retrieve your plaque as a symbol of appreciation for your efforts. And next, additionally, to symbolize our sincere appreciation to the Habibie Center's incredible efforts in making this program a reality, we would like to present a special talk of gratitude. We would like to invite Dr. Juliana Vrita, Director of Programs and Development at the Habibie Center. We also invite the documentation team to capture this special moment. Thank you, Ms. Julia and Habibie Center. And next, to ensure everyone is included in the photo, we kindly ask all speakers, the moderators, Dr. Sri Ulya, Dr. Julia, Mr. Joe, and our distinguished guests to remain seated while we prepare for the group photo. And for the documentation team, please come up on the stage to capture this special moment. For our participants and audience, please feel free to come closer to the stage to be part of this memorable occasion. Let's make sure everyone is in the frame. Please come closer, please. This photo session will be start in 1, 2, 3. Again. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. And for the moderator, speakers, and Mr. Joe, please come up on the stage, please, and take the documentation together. We invite Dr. Julia to come up on the stage to give the appreciation for the moderator and speakers from the Habibie Center. To Dr. Julia, moderators and speakers, please stay on the stage. And to Dr. Joe Haryanto, we invite to come up on the stage and take the picture together. Okay, the photo start in 1, 2, 3. Again, 1, 2, 3. Thank you. And we kindly invite to back up on the seat, please. This concludes our ASEAN Goes to Campus event. We would like to extend our deepest appreciation to our speakers, moderators, Himpunan Mahasiswa Fakultas Komunikasi LSPR, international relations students, and all participants for their active involvement. We hope you leave today with new knowledge and inspiration. Thank you, and we look forward to seeing you in the future event. I am Pritania Putri Darswandi, your Master of Ceremonies, signing off. Thank you and goodbye.